All right, good people of the interwebs. Donald Trump has officially been elected both by popular vote as well as the electorate as the United States president, and I couldn't be more ecstatic. Unfortunately, for how about a good 66 million of, actually a little bit over 66 million of our good fellow U.S. citizens, they didn't get what they wanted. Sorry, but we just aren't really interested in that. Oh man, it's been a ride. You'll notice an increase in quality today. I just got back from buying a condenser mic and a proper streaming cam and a light setup. So hopefully that improves the quality of my stuff. Let me just give it a little bit of a fine touch of a nudge there to kind of, yeah, that kind of clips off my head a little bit. I need to be sitting up. That bad posture, man. Bad posture. I know some people out there would say, no big deal, just do your stream, but my back says big deal if this is going to drag on for any amount of time. She's still just a little cockeyed. There we go. All right. I gotta pull up my YouTube channel real quick. Yeah, I use Firefox. uBlock Origin is the bomb. Also, the privacy, spot on. Yeah, the election meltdown has begun. The liberals are losing their minds. And as evil as it's going to make me sound, I'm kind of here for it. You guys have been calling us garbage, Nazis, and all kinds of bad crap for friggin' years at this point. It's high time you were reminded of your place in this society. You definitely have a right to speak your mind. But when you start insulting over half of the country, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong on. Oh, man. Yeehaw, man. So just as a recap, I'm getting set up while I'm doing this, so hang on for just 1 second. I gotta share it to my Facebook and Twitter, that way we can actually get some views here. Alright. So let's refresh the Associated Press, shall we? Trump is at 277. The House is at 198. The Senate is at 52 for Republicans. And for those who care, the governorship is at 27. Now, there's a little personal thing I want to check out here when it comes to the House. And that is, I want to see if... Yeah, we're going to be stuck with Jared Golden again. I hate to say it, but at 91% reporting in, I really don't think Austin Terrio is going to pull out the last 1,200 votes, but you never know, he might, right? It's going to be tight. It'll be tight. I hope he wins, because, and no offense to Jared Golden, as a personal level, it's purely business for, well, I say purely business, more or less to mean, it's more because of what you did when you went to D.C. You like to tout your record around, but there's just a little stark reality. And that is your record in Washington wasn't that great. It wasn't. You might not like that I said that. You might not like that people feel that way, but it is the truth. You're not as popular as you think you are. You're only popular in the lower district of the state of Maine, which is down around Portland. That would be like the coastal area of Maine right here. That's the only place you're really popular other than, Kennebec County. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a tight one. I don't think that 81 was 81 or yeah 91. I don't think that 91 is gonna percent is gonna be enough to actually call this one. That's more because let me do a little bit of basic math here. That's because there's about 3,000 votes, give or take, that aren't that aren't in, which could give Austin Terrio enough to do it. So my word to Austin is, don't concede until all the votes have counted. You're closer than you think. In my gut, that's what my gut is telling me. Now we're on 270 to win. We'll go into the forecast model. It's gonna be tight. It might even come down to the last seat kind of thing. But just as a quick recap, Donald Trump has just been elected president of the United States in what could be called a semi landslide, especially if he's going to take Arizona. Yeah, he's taking Arizona. I think he's going to take Arizona. I feel that in my bones. It's tight in Michigan, but at 95%, where he's up by 1.4, I think he's got Michigan deadlocked. I don't think there's any shenanigans they can pull in Michigan. So I'm saying we're looking at, and I'm going to pull up maybe their forecast model will do it. I think we're looking at a 312 situation here. They don't want to admit it, but I think we are. Absolutely. I think Kamala Harris just got BTFO'd hard because of her election style and rhetoric. I think that stuff might work in California, but when it comes to the rest of the country, it don't work. It don't friggin' work. We don't like hyperpartisanship. We don't like people calling people names like Nazis and garbage. There's a lot of things we don't like. And lady, you definitely crossed that line hard. Very hard. Oh, here it goes. Here we go.
None of you weirdos I will make it my life's mission, my dying wish, that none of you weirdos can hide in the future. You can't lie to your kids. You can't lie to your grandkids about, oh, it was so confusing. It was hard to see the truth. He was so convincing. I will not let you get away with that. Like, that was not normal. This is not normal. I will make it clear to everyone. Like, I will make sure no one is confused about how things were right now in this very vital, crucial time in American history, that it was not confusing. It was not confusing at all. You just stood for that. You stood with that and for that. Like, I can't emphasize enough, there will be nowhere to hide, and history is going to look back on this and look back on you in a very negative light.
Oh no, they won't. They'll look at you as the unhinged wackadoo that you actually are, lady. Let me burst your bubble. I'm gonna burst it hard. Donald Trump won by 71.2 million votes. That's how much he won with. He's looking at an electoral college vote of roughly 312. You can play all your little head games about, oh, we're not going to let you forget all you want. Realistically, you know what you're doing? You're just making yourself look like a stupid person, a crazy person. That's all you are. You're a crazy person who's doing the exact same thing I'm doing online. You're running your mouth. It's all you're good for. Just ask your husband if you even have one. I can't imagine anyone would want to be with a woman like you. And that even goes for other women. I seriously have a high level of suspicion that you're one of those people that sits at home petting her cat because it's the only companionship you're ever going to have. And you know what? You got the crazy eyes to boot. You need help. Has anyone checked on Stephen King this morning? Yo, has anyone checked on Mark Hamill this morning? Is he okay or is he losing his mind? Do not concede Kamala. Demand a recount. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Um, I can't say that. I shouldn't even show it. You may have gotten my home in the process, but you know what? I may have lost the battle, but we won the war. And that, I think, is what you are failing to realize. Let me recap why I think that. And I'm going to go over it pretty in depth. Okay, let's see. Where's the house? It doesn't matter. Just pick a tab. See, I think Republicans are going to walk away with that 218 number. I think it's going to be a very magical 4 years of Republican dominance, and I'm hoping to God that the rhinos don't fuck it up. I want a border wall right across the southern border. I want to intensify patrols on the east and the west coast, and I want better security on the northern border too. I want checks of people coming in and out of Canada. Yep, after 9/11, it's required. It is required, 100%. That being said, I really don't see a lot of problems coming from Canada, but it's kind of one of those, if you know, you know. So I'm going to go into the uncalled races, right? We're at 199. We need 19 to go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you got 3 up top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if these ones here in the center go, you're looking at an easy 19 sweep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're looking at 15 on the undecideds on the toss-ups. So if any single one of those, if 9 of those 15 go for the Republicans, the Democrats are done. They're done. They will have next to no say in any of the politics moving forward. They'll be able to sit and sputter. And I can get away with saying that because if Republicans take all 6 of these, you're not looking at an election-proof or filibuster-proof majority, but you are looking at the fact that they're going to dominate in every other way. They're going to absolutely dominate. If Donald Trump wants someone in his cabinet that they have to nominate, he's getting it. If Donald Trump wants to investigate someone, it's happening. If Donald Trump wants to nominate a judge, good luck stopping it. You don't even have the votes to stop it. You already don't have the votes to stop it. So, it's just over for you. It's over. So, just kind of sit there and sputter and hope to God that your Supreme Court picks stay right where they are. And oh, by the way, I have a distinct feeling that there's going to be a lot of judiciary picks that haven't been filled that are absolutely going to be filled by Donald Trump over the next 4 years. And you people are not going to like it because they're going to flush your gun control right down the toilet, which I'm here for it. I want to see it all go. I want to see the ATF gone, the NFA gone, the GCA gone. I want to be able to put that third hole in my gun, and I want to go out and go pew-pewing into a range at any point I want to go out to a range. And I want to burn my money and my ammo that I worked hard to earn. And you know what? I have every right to do so, and I think that you have no right to tell me I can't. Plain and simple. That's that simple. We'll take a look at the forecast. They're thinking that it's mostly going to be... That's interesting. That's interesting because when I left to go to Walmart this morning, there wasn't 20,000 votes. Not that it matters. Republicans already hold the Senate. They hold enough of the Senate to where the vice president doesn't have to break a tie. So, it doesn't matter. They also hold enough of the majority to be able to pass, I believe, to be able to pass nominees. So you're kind of screwed. Anyway. Yeah, she's not getting this one. Look, I like Carrie Lake, but she doesn't have it. She doesn't have it. There's a spoiler, which is your Eduardo the Green Party dude, and your other guy is just like, he's just more popular in the more populated areas. There's not really much you can do about it. So. But here's the simple truth. They haven't called Alaska yet for whatever stupid reason they haven't. Alaska's up 15.2. Call it already. Jesus. Arizona's up by like 4 simple math. 4-ish points at 61% of the vote. Nevada is at 84% of the vote, and they're up 5%. Just give him Nevada, for crying out loud. Get it over with. 97% of the vote, and you honestly think you're going to be able to pull roughly 90,000 to 100,000 votes out of that 97%? Or out of that 2.5 to 3%? You think you're going to get those numbers in Michigan? Really? Used to my webcam being up on my computer. I have it on a little arm thingy, so it might be a little jiggly. But you really think you've got those figures? You really think that? Because I don't. I think you're full of crap. I think you're just refusing to post this up because you don't want to give him any more wins than he's already got. I think it's looking like a red friggin' Christmas to the Republicans this time around. And sure, it might not be a perfect sweep. It might not be what they call a red wave. But it's good enough. Especially if they take the House. That's all 3 chambers. That's all 3 chambers of the election. That's your legislative and your executive. And when I said 3, I meant Senate and House. You guys are cooked. You're cooked. Just accept that you're cooked and move on. Now, this is kind of interesting. They also haven't called my state of Maine. There's 73% of votes in. Maine's 2 electoral votes. At this point, if Trump takes Maine away from Kamala, it's just emotional damage. I mean, really, does it... As a Mainer, I'd love to see it. I think it'd be funnier than hell. But if we're being honest, it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, no, you got +5 margins in Arizona and Nevada, and you got +1.7 in Michigan. There's your figures right there. They're on a list. There's your recap. Now let's go on with what's been going on since then. Yeah, that's true too. It's important to note. We hate your government. We don't hate you. We think you're misinformed and misguided. But hate is not a good word. No, hate really has no place in this event. Donald Trump said he was going to be a president for everyone, and he meant it. I have to look at this. Yeah. So, the dance. But I'm actually in it to see what the reactions are for everyone that voted for the other person. Hey, what do I got? I want y'all to meet somebody. Come here. Come on. He's my little co-host. It's a little big, buddy. All right, here. There you go, bud. Run with it. He loves those things. Um. So yeah, I agree with this. I can't pronounce his name. Peter something 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 something. Um. Keep that crap away from our kids. You should have left the kids alone. And if I'm being honest about it. I'm looking at the camera right now because I'm used to, like I said, I'm used to it being like, if this is the screen, the thing would be right here. So I have to get used to a new camera location. If y'all had left the kids alone, like we told you to, probably wouldn't have gone to Trump. If we're being honest, it probably wouldn't have. But you couldn't help yourselves. You had to go for the kids. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. And unless we get an actual investigation into it, and I mean like a real investigation into it, this is just people running their mouths on Twitter or X. I'll probably never get used to calling it X. Sorry, Elon. Your name's awesome for it, but I'm so used to calling it Twitter. But can you spot the lie? Probably, if I looked close enough. Mostly, it's probably in the popular vote, really. But this is the revenge of the working class American. He is 100% correct. See, the unions are in disarray. The bosses wanted Kamala. The workers wanted Trump. They couldn't even endorse Kamala even though they wanted to. You know, that's kind of their big game over situation for them. And then we have the port boss who thinks he's all big and bad. Well, I got a news flash for you. It'll be funny when that port gets automated and all your constituents are beating down your door asking what happened. Mm-hmm. Yep. That'll be a very interesting day. For the rest of us. Probably a very bad day for you, though, if I had to guess. I can't imagine union bosses who cost their constituents their positions. I can't imagine that ends well for them. Just saying. I don't know if they've lost the House yet. I'm waiting to see what happens with that. But they definitely lost the popular vote, the Electoral College, in the Senate. But you want to blame it on black men and misogyny. Good luck. See, if you people weren't so dense and so ideologically driven and actually had a tactical brain in your skull, yeah. I like Riley Gaines. Oh man, she's awesome. Am I following her? I gotta. Yes, I am. Thank God. Probably the only woman outside of my fiance I can get away with saying I love that woman. Democrats lost the House, Senate, Electoral College, and popular vote. Newsflash, it's not the mean orange man. Well, she's not wrong. It's not the mean orange man. It's your poor policies and your really, really, really bad ideology. So, and oh, by the way, I'm going to note that Donald Trump beat this, even though Kamala Harris, big tech, Hollywood, and big business dumped a billion plus dollars into a campaign effort, and it wasn't even close. They're right, it wasn't even close. Once you get up over the fractions of a percent, once you get past the decimal points, and you start being raising up in the percentages by whole numbers, it's over for your opponent.
I need the receipt.
It's in my jacket right there.
Couldn't find it.
Well, hand me my jacket. Um, no, this was just over before it began, in my opinion, because to be honest with you, you can't insult over half of the country and get away with it. I don't care who you are. If Donald Trump had said some of the stuff that she did, Donald Trump wouldn't have won either. Uh-oh. I think I might have left it in the car if it's not in this jacket. It's not in my pockets. There's no way. It's not on the kitchen table or in the car, is it? I know I didn't throw it out. Because there were two of them, and I had to hold on to both of them. So, I have to subtract one from her card, which is kind of the business, which is kind of the personal card, and I have to make sure that you get yours. But he's protective of his bone. Do you have to have it right now, or can you wait until he's done being protective of his stuff? Because you're not going to get that on him. Come here. Sit and stay. You know the drill. Not over there. Come here. Come here. Oh, just as a heads up, if you don't want to be broadcast across the internet, you probably don't want to talk right now, because that's what I'm doing. Just figured I should have said that to begin with, but I forgot. America, you have failed us all. Actually, America spoke. Sorry about that. My dog's a nut job. So yeah, America spoke clearly tonight, quite clearly, in fact. Popular vote plus the electoral vote, that was America successfully telling you to F off. Yeah, that's exactly what we did, too. We told our leftist wackos to go themselves, basically. I gotta do it. So after this, are you guys sure you really want to get rid of that their electoral college? Oh. Then I'll find it for you after I'm done. If I would have known that we had misplaced the thing, I probably wouldn't have started, but I felt the need to get on here as quickly as possible so that way I could get on here and get it, get my word out. Yeah, see, you're the ones on the wrong side of history. We won the popular vote. Amen, Tim Pool. Amen, Tim Pool. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
I found it. They're in the bed.
Yeah. Thank you for saying the quiet part out loud. Actually, there's nothing quiet about it. And yes, we did take back our country. And yes, the WEF and the rest of those psychos all the way up through can just eat it. They can eat a big old bag of you know what's, because I'm done listening to them tell me how to live. It is over for them. They do not get to dictate policy here in the U.S. anymore. That's the other thing that this means. That's the other thing that a Donald Trump presidency means. No more intrusions by globalist forces into our daily lives. That's all we wanted. Like literally, if that wasn't on the ballot, if that wasn't the issue at hand, they wanted to say, oh well, abortion and women's rights are on the ballot. Yeah, it's the number 5 issue below the economy and like 4 other things. So actually, that'd make it 6, wouldn't it? So it'd be like 3 other things. But I guarantee you there's an element that people aren't talking, and that is the involvement of people like the WEF and the WHO in their daily lives. We don't want it, we don't need it, and you're not welcome here. That's what this says. That is what this says 100%. That we won the popular vote. We won the Senate, and we're on track, fingers crossed, to win the House of Representatives. And everyone, you little, oh, but my democracy and you people are evil, like Harry Piss on Sisson. You can bounce on back to your friggin' country of origin, dude, because I know you're not from the U.S. You are more than welcome to leave at any time you want. I love that trend. You lost. Another thing, this is a smack in the face for censorship and government overreach into our lives. And you know what? That is no better exemplified than by the situation surrounding Peanut the Squirrel and Frank the Raccoon. Oh, yeah. I can't play too much of that because it's probably copyright protected, but yeah. But this does, and John Ashbrook here, and I probably shouldn't be quoting these people, but he's got it right. He has it 100% right. This does show how far out of touch Washington, D.C. is with the rest of America. Yep. Yep. I don't want my Facebook being up on that screen because that's the one I'm using. Actually, I should be using window capture instead of screen full on screen cap, but that's all right. We'll just keep on doing what we're doing. Deal with it. Yep. It was too big to rig, and you lost. Dear Dems, this is why you lost. I think we have a good shot at winning. Still more disqualifying rhetoric from Donald Trump as he now vows to shoot his way back into the White House. Yeah, this is why you lost. This right here. If you actually, and this is directed more at the liberal mainstream media. If you guys actually did your jobs, you probably would have a little bit of credibility left. But now, you didn't get what you wanted. Your credibility's in the dumps. And guess what? We're smiling and styling all the way to the bank while you get to reap your spoiled crops. That's what that means to the rest of us. And you know what? To the Amish, to my Amish brothers and sisters, I know you don't consider, us techies in the same boat. But as a Christian, I know this isn't going to be, this whole video is not very Christian-y, but thank you for coming out to vote. Thank you for doing your civil duties. We all appreciate you, and we all love your stuff. I mean, I'm going to be blunt. I love an Amish-built house or cabin, man. They're beautiful. They are works of art. I mean, they are. They are. And your guys' work ethic is second to none. I'm going to be honest. Probably the only organization that does better than the Amish as far as that goes, in my mind, is some military special forces group like the Navy SEALs or the Army Rangers or the Marines. Because we all know when a Marine gets something in their head, it's probably going to happen. Whether you like it or not, unless there's some major thing stopping them from doing it, right? Like, and even then, sometimes it's a question of what is the thing. Kim.com, Europe will be liberated next. You know what? I hope so. I really hope so. I would love to see. I would love, 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 love to see Europe liberated. I would love to be able to go into Ireland, the home of my ancestors, and pop a pint with a couple of boys at the pub. We might not see eye to eye on everything. Y'all might think I'm some crazy American twat nugget, but you know what? I don't have a personal issue against a single one of you. Not at all. Not at all. I really do think that a lot of you people are really nice over there in Europe, and I really hope that someday, we can get back to the way things were when you could go into other nations and not have to worry about being gunned down or stabbed or mobbed by random people in the streets. It's really sad that that's what's happened in Europe. It is. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Um YouTube, I know this video won't get to where it needs to go, but if Elon, if you ever see this, I'm gonna tag you in the video. I'd like to know if there's something that I don't have the money and I don't have the people, but and I don't have the influence, but I'd like to know if there's some sort of thing that we can do before winter to make sure these people don't sleep in the cold. I I'm actually really upset by this. I am like in tears because of this photo right here. If that were my wife and my kids, or if that were just my kids, or if that were any family member of mine, I'd probably be down there right now with hammer and nails, and I really feel bad because like I'm in piss poor physical condition. Brandon Herrera called it 2, 3, 4 years ago when he said y'all need to get in shape. This is not in shape. This is not in shape. I'm 100 pounds overweight. I've carved back on my amounts. I've changed what I eat to be a little bit more healthy. Um, you know, I might wear Frank Castle's shirt, but I'm nowhere near in his condition. And I sound terrible today. It's because I had come down with a head cold previously, and just started to get better just before the election, which is why I'm sitting here saying that the hand of God is on this nation because I'm feeling better. And the nation hopefully will start to feel better soon too. Yeah, that tolerant left is really showing now, isn't it? I'm reposting that. Yep, we sure are the media now. That's pretty funny. Oh, oh, oh. Here we go. Here we go. The meltdown. This is the old one. Yep. So I wonder if that thing that I heard all over the water cooler is true. I heard that after Kamala heard that she had lost, she basically started chugging the booze and screaming at people in her office. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, every person who fits under this fucking NPC meme, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing right now. And all the Chads and Chadettes who voted for Trump, they're sitting there eating grapes and cheddar right about now, puffing on cigar on fat stogies. I would have got one today, but sore throat does not equal good stogie time. Um, yeah. Oh man, we could actually do a whole section like going back. Wait, what? I didn't know about that. Harrison Emhoff received $500,000 for tipping Sean Diddy Combs off on upcoming police raids in March 2024. That's got to be fake. There's no way that's real. Yeah, the euro gets put back in its place too. Man, look at that ratio. Uh huh. Yeah. Go figure. It's a bunch of TikTokers that are losing their minds. What little bit they had after using TikTok so much. Actually, I might use it, but
President of the United States. Well, Donald Trump is now our 47th President of the United States of America. This election was not even close, which I find odd considering Kamala Harris's rallies. However, how can that compete when you have Elon Musk paying $1 million per day
oh, cope and seethe and cry some more, dude.
for Donald Trump? Personally, I'm disgusted by that. I'm disgusted enough to
I'm gonna stop this right here, dude. She had every opportunity he did, and she said no.
close, which I find order a Tesla as long as I shall live.
Okay, not our
Take this
problem.
moment to congratulate those of you who voted for Donald Trump, which was the overwhelming majority of Americans. You chose to vote for a dictatorship.
No, we
And
didn't.
that's what
We voted for freedom. What you wanted was a pseudo dictatorship where censorship reigned supreme. We had no access to our firearms, and our Constitution effectively was burned. That's what you were looking at under Kamala Harris. You're a moron.
America is no longer the land of the free.
No, it's just not what you wanted. You're just throwing a little temper tantrum like a little baby.
Pro
I'll
our
be
United
here.
Constitution and our United States
You know what? This thing does multiple colors. What do I look like with the red one?
I am embarrassed. I am ashamed. Call myself
Oh yeah,
In fact,
I like it.
no longer call myself an
We're
American.
going red light. Mm-hmm. Your tears make me happy because I know what makes you people happy. Don't expect pity from me. I know what makes you people smile.
You can fucking hard! So I'll just say that
Psycho. Oh man, the meltdowns are real. I don't think this is about the election though. I'm pretty sure.
You fucking asshole! You fucking liar! You fucking manipulator! You goddamn wish you would have played your cards right with me! You fucking asshole!
Yo is right. Lady, your friend is off her nut. Oh, I saw this earlier this morning. Yeah, content warning, by the way. White dudes for Harris. Yeah, and he's got a good 100 and something pounds on me. Oh. Yeah, I agree with you, Phil. I agree. Oh. Yes, she did. And you know what? It's going to get investigated. It's going to get looked into. And you know what? I hope the truth comes out. Dang, dude. Hang on. I bought my dog this. This is a square peanut butter filled chew toy. The thing was about this long. And I mean, just for context, like there's my my fist next to my head, and there's the thing compared to my fist. He annihilated this thing. Did you save any room for dinner, dude? Jeez, man. Oh, wow. Yo, small dogs can eat. Note to self: if I get, yeah, where is Kamala anyway? Like Kamala. Oh, jeez. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. Of course, you know what? Now that the election's over, I can get back to doing real content. The content that I stopped doing back in February. Yep. Oh yeah. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey. Goodbye. Oh yeah. Yeah, you done. You done. Bye-bye. And you know what? We're kind of done with you. Matt Walsh is on it. Yep, here we go. Favorite clip of the night? Yep, when they realized they were screwed. Robert De Niro. Alright, that's just funny. That is just funny as heck. Yep. Okay. Alright, there's only 8 seconds left. if your reaction to this election is literally that, seek help. Straight up seek help. Seek help. You in the camera, seek help. Like, I know he didn't do it. I know he didn't vote for Trump. But man, if he did, oh my God. You want to talk about the ultimate poison pill move? Friggin' Joseph Biden voting for Trump would be the ultimate in poison pills. Oh man, that would be hilarious. I can't even formulate a thought around how hilarious that would be. Yep. Good. Yeah, no, they were mad. They were mad because every time you turn around, this age group right here, they saw their babies and their grandbabies getting indoctrinated and mutilated by this ideology, and they were mad. They were mad about it. 100%. And you know what? Pat on the back award for the Gen Xers that voted for Trump. And you know what? Jay actually said it right. We just wanted to be left alone. We just wanted to be left alone. And you know what? That's true. They are the F your feelings generation. The last one to be taught critical thinking in civics and public schools. 100%. And you know what? After the Board of Education goes, bye-bye. Guess what's coming back, bitches? That plastic covering on this thing is distracting as hell. I probably shouldn't do this while I'm on stream, but like, it's like, you can see it, and you know it's doing it, like, because you're staring at it the whole time, so it's coming off. There we go. Man, that stuff is gummy. Okay, I'm going to have to reorient that camera a little bit. Nope, still cutting my head off just a little bit at the top. Oh, excuse me. That's better. Oh, just as a heads up, this is my random junk area. Don't pay it no mind. Yeah, don't pay it. Just don't pay it any mind. The rest of my house, or the rest of our house, doesn't look like that. It's just this one corner. Like 100%. Probably the closest thing to it is our movie shelf, and where we keep all our like printer and the board games and stuff. But that's stuff that we let the kids use, so it's gonna be messy anyway. Oh, 5 new updates. What do we got? Oh, that's for this stuff down here. I don't really care. You know, you libtards are going to be up in arms over the abortion thing, but that's whatever. You know, like I said in a couple of videos, it should be a states' rights issue, and it is now. And I'm going to say this to both the pro-life and pro-choice side of the aisle. Actually, we're going to drop that pro-choice. You're just pro-abortion at this point. Here's the thing. It's a state's issue. Get out and do the legwork for your own individual state, but leave the rest of us alone. Okay? If Maine wants it safe, legal, and rare, or wants to go full on pro life, that's up to Maine. If Montana wants to ban it entirely, well, then people just don't have to live there. And that sounds like I'm being Mr. Pro Abortion, but I'm not. Oh, man. Oh, he didn't. Please tell me this isn't a real tweet. Yeah, hey, where's that promise to set your own butt on fire, Rob Reiner? That little piece of hyperbole is coming back to bite you right where it matters, isn't it? You're taking it right to the teeth. Oh, we got another one. You want to inspire a similar reaction in these people? Say the name Jesus Christ in front of them 3 times. Demons have the same reaction. Just saying.
Are you all done with this stuff?
Yep.
Instructions.
Mark's safe from listening to 4 more years of cackling. I don't need the instructions for any of this stuff. I know how to use this stuff like nothing. But yep, nope, we're using the red light today to celebrate the fact that Donald Trump won. It's a Republican sweep, and it looks like it's going to be a solid sweep, too. It might actually be the House. I would love to see the House. And hey, I'm not going to lie, I actually, if I had the money, I actually want the live results. 202, 16 remaining for Republican control of the House of Representatives. And this is over. You can't do anything at that point. You've lost. We have the high ground. It's over. That's right. 16 more votes. That's all it takes. 16 more wins. And we have the House of Reps, the Senate, and the presidency. And while I don't believe the Supreme Court is partisan in any way, shape, or form, a lot of people out there do believe that. But with the exception of Judge Thomas and the 3 more liberal justices, actually, it's not partisan at all. Amy Coney Barrett is a constitutionalist, which means she's going to follow the letter of what's written. And it's the same thing for Brett Kavanaugh, Roberts, and Gorsuch. Well, Gorsuch tends to caucus a lot with Thomas, so he's kind of iffy. But the other 4, definitely nonpartisan in my opinion. I mean, until you get to the guns thing, then it's like a hard partisan thing. But I think on a lot of things like abortion and whatever else, I think if you had a state that said abortion is legal and another state that said abortion ban, I think they'd both get to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court would look at them and say, we said it was a state's issue, figure it out for yourself. That's what I think they do. I legitimately think that all of them would say that. Like, I actually think even the dissent would probably agree with that. We said what we said, now go do the footwork, basically. And I'm all for it, man. I am all for it. They're saying 210 with 15 in the middle. That 15 in the middle hasn't moved at all. It's just been Republicans gaining pretty much. You know what? I can just leave it on the forecast because they have the solid numbers and the smaller stuff. So they think it'll be an even split. I don't know. I don't know. What happens if it is an even split? Who breaks the tie? Oh, man. That was my neck. All right, let's refresh this. This is why some of you states getting hurricanes. Lady, you are...
States to getting hurricanes.
Thank you for showing the world your true self. Thank you for showing the world just how hideous you truly are. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope so. I hope she's gone for good. Cat turd at it again. Oh, I love that man. That man cat turd. Dear Democrats, if you wouldn't have stolen the 2020 election, Trump would only have had 2 more months to be president. But now he'll be president until January 2029. How did that work out for you? How did it work for you indeed? How indeed. DC Drano, dude, I love your stuff.
The dog ever get fed this morning?
Considering he just ate over 3/4 of that bone that we just bought him already, I don't think he needs food.
We didn't give it food.
But yes, I did drop him a scoop this morning. So, he's kind of had both, so he is quite full. But yeah, think about this. If Trump had won in 2020, he would have had a Democrat House and Senate, more impeachments, no Senate confirmations, no bills passed, and possibly the end to the MAGA movement as an effective political force. But now he has the House, Senate, Supreme Court, a popular vote mandate, and an entire country that wants to clean up our elections, close our borders, deport illegals, and if you want to volunteer for that, I will sign up, and hold corrupt politicians accountable. And oh, by the way, that last one, this is not a veiled threat or anything. I wear this shirt for a reason. I want every corrupt politician in prison for the rest of their natural lives. Sometimes I think it had to happen this way. You know what, DC? You're right. It did have to happen that way. It was the only way we were going to get it to come out in the wash. We used the bleach. We used the stain away. We used the all detergent. We used the Tide. We used the cold water. Hell, we even went so far as to break out the pneumonia or the ammonia. None of it worked. In order to get that stain out of our system, we had to endure it until we could get the cleaner to do the job. Well, guess what? Now we have it. We have it now. Yep.
Breaking news here in batshit bonkers Britain, where for many of us Trump-supporting, freedom-loving individuals, it's the best day ever. It couldn't be better here in the UK. We have the BBC in absolute ruins. They were unable to announce Trump victory at 7 a.m.
Yes! Fuck the BBC. Yes! Oh. Oh, man. That's good. That's funny. That's too funny. Oh, I hate that network.
Episode of Friends or something, because they had no words to speak about the glorious victory of Trump. And now we have a leader of this country who actively sent over his own teams to try and campaign for Kamala. And we have a foreign secretary who...
Wait. Hang on. She just said that... Did she just say what I think she just said? Hang on.
And now we have a leader of this country who actively sent over his own teams to try and campaign for Kamala.
That is foreign election interference. I don't care if they are an ally. Stay the fuck across the pond, you stupid British bastard. 1776 happened for a reason, you fucktard.
United States of America, some of the worst names under the sun. So we can look forward to Trump punishing both of them very hard in the near future. For now, I'm just going to.
I gotta type this. God, I'm probably spelling his name wrong. Yeah, my spelling sucks. That's why I use spell check. Donald, if you ever see this, I'm sending you. I'm posting this. Oh yeah, Styx is on top of this. I would love to do one of his as a react once I get an audience. Who knew who knew that calling your opponent's voters garbage and comparing him to Adolf Hitler wasn't a good campaign strategy? No, it wasn't a good campaign strategy, and I hope you guys learned that this time because like we were so sick of that. I think that's probably one of the things that really pushed the Gen Xers over the edge. You don't understand. It was their parents and grandparents that fought in World War. Yeah, in some cases their parents, but mostly their grandparents that fought in World War II. I had the distinct pleasure of knowing my great grandparents. Someday I'll get the photo down and show you what they looked like before they passed. But my great grandfather, who is my biological grandmother's stepfather, that doesn't matter to me. He's always been Great Grandpa Bill. We always just called him Nana and Grandpa though. He fought in the Pacific Theater, and her brother, Graham, was it her brother who died in Europe?
Yeah.
Her brother died in Europe, basically fighting the Nazis. So, you sat here and you called every Republican member of my family a Nazi. Let me tell you what that does. In my family is more important than this political BS, but you just drug your politics into my family. Even the Democrats in my family voted for Trump because of what you did. That right there. And the reason they did it is because to them, when you said that, you were calling their loved ones and their ancestors Nazis. Because we've all voted for Republicans for the longest time. So, you pretty much blew any chance of any member of my family voting Democrat in the future. You did that. That is the damage you inflicted on yourself, on your own party. I have zero sympathy for you. You brought it upon yourselves. And that's just the way it is. Man, I kind of want to monkey around with this a little bit, though. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just leave it on the red. It's one of those lights that can go multicolored and different shades and stuff. Actually, I could probably do to turn it down just a touch. Probably be a little less harmful on my eyeballs. And you guys can still more or less make out my face, which is fine. It's really the only thing that I really cared about. But no, this is a win for the U.S. This is a win for the citizenry. And you know what? I'm going to say it. The left might be losing it now, but when they're paying less for groceries, when abortion's not even a political topic because it's on the national level, when this is all said and done, yeah, I don't actually know how to answer that question. I'm so relieved that it's over. The only thing that we're looking for now is the victories in the House. It looks like we're still at 202. They gained one on the Democrats. Let's just hope the Republicans land at 218, because that's all we need for a clean sweep. That one last thing. They don't want the clean sweep, but it's coming. I feel like it's coming. Yeah, kind of the underrated thing, too. The underdog. The governors of the United States are majority Republican. And not by a small margin either. It's not 26 and 25. It is 27 to 23. Republicans basically own states. We basically have them up against the ropes, okay? All we have to do is deliver the knockout punch, and that's going to be the House votes. If we can successfully Mike Tyson our way out of that, if we can nail it, we can nail it. I would love to see him win that. Man, I'm so tired of Jared Golden. Actually, he's gaining ground. A little bit. A little bit. He's only at 0.5 away. So if the rest of them are, Republican votes, which probably won't happen, you're talking about 2,200 votes at a minimum. What is that? 2,206, 5 or 6, to put him up over Jared Golden. I don't think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to have to suffer with Jared Golden for another few years. Couple to a few years. I'm not too thrilled about it, but I think that the vote margins on this one should be a pretty big wake-up call for Jared Golden, though. And I hope it is. I really hope it is. We don't want gun control. We're well past that. We don't want your assault weapons bans. We don't want your woke ideology. We want to use whatever weapon we see fit. And we want you to leave our friggin' kids alone. That's pretty much what it boils down to, man. If you would just do those things, I don't care that you have a D next to your name or that I think you're a colossal douche. That stuff doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is, are you doing your job right? Are you representing Maine right? Keeping our lobster industry intact and keeping our state intact on the federal level? Because that's really your job, right? Your job is not to go against the Second Amendment. That's nowhere in your mandate at all. When you took your oath of office, you said that you would defend the Constitution of the United States of America. That includes the Second Amendment. An assault weapons ban is absolutely a violation of the Second Amendment. I will argue that to your face if you would like. It is a small arm rifle that is able to be carried by an American citizen. Therefore, it is not dangerous and unusual. And it's the most commonly used rifle in the United States to date. You have no right to ban it. Absolutely none. Same thing's true for the AK-47 and a lot of the other weapons out there. And you know what? The only reason I don't openly support automatics the same way that I do semi-automatics is because I don't think ordinary people should be wasting their money on the ammo that an automatic can pump out. But on that note, I'm also going to retract what I just said. Yeah, Jared Golden's got it. Dude's got it. I watched the number go up to 169. Austin Terrio just didn't have the remaining like 3,000 to get there. It'll take what is that? 1,000, no, like 2,100 and some funny number. Actually, will it? Hang on. My brain isn't mathing right. Yeah, no, it is roughly 2,500, basically. I don't think he's got enough people on the remaining 5% that voted for Austin Terrio to do it. But that's going to depend on how the votes were counted, how they were brought in, what votes, there's a whole lot of factors on that one. And I'm just, at this point, does it really matter? Does this one really matter that much? Probably not. But who knows? It could be the one that tilts this in the Republican favor or the Democrat favor. So, time will tell. Time will absolutely tell. I'd love to see a Republican sweep this time, though. It doesn't have to be a wave, just a sweep. Yeah. So this is not them calling it, but I'm going to call it. I'm saying Michigan, Nevada. Kind of would like to know what's going on in Arizona, but whatever. And Alaska, I'm pretty sure that 3 out of the 4 that I just mentioned are going for Trump. Oh, yeah. Yep. Just like we said they would. Every conservative on record said the same thing. Trump gets into office and you're going to see a surge. Yep. Those Bidenomics really sucked, didn't they? Alright. Well, anyway, for those who watch my content, thank you for watching. I'm not going to drag this one out. I just wanted to check in on the house. I'm not going to do a full 2-3 hours like I did earlier this morning. I'm kind of worn out from that one anyway. That and I actually have other stuff I have to get done too. But, man, it's just really hard not to celebrate what we've already got and be grateful for what we already have. Oh, wow. Wow. Stocks, bond yields, and Bitcoin surge on Trump's return to White House. Dow soars 1,200 points. Whoa. Man, I wish I had some stocks. Yeah, that aged like sour fucking milk, didn't it? This is like that racist Mario clip that was done by, was it Flash Gets or Mashed? I forget who. But it's like that time in that when, Mario turned into the Bullet Bill. You know what I mean. Go to YouTube, look up racist Mario, and wait for the scene where he turns into Bullet Bill. That's kind of what this is, this thing by Michael Flynn.
Trump to stay safe. The has always reminded we need to stay humble. I mean, we got to be courageous, and there's determination, there's humility, and we do that because we believe we have a strong faith in God, and I think that matters.
That's right.
And one of the things that we have to do is
I may have been cussing and swearing because I'm kind of riled up, but God, I'm sick. But still.
The rule of law, something that the left has totally abused. We have to do this peacefully. We have to do this smartly, and we have to do this in a very disciplined.
Not that I'm promoting them or anything, or that I'm sponsored, but if y'all get sick, like you have a sore throat, these Hall's cough drops, they might be, I don't know
something to
Men
continue to stay in power.
Mondelez
Something
Global.
crazy. So I
Oh,
really want people to pray for Donald Trump,
whatever.
pray for his family, pray for his children.
The point is
And
that they
obviously
work,
pray for our
not that they're good for you. I'm not gonna play this whole thing.
But I want to number one thank God for leading, guiding, and directing us.
Yep.
We have all been
Amen.
terribly persecuted. Owen put in prison Steve Bannon, the total harassment, Roger Stone, General Flynn. the former
Amen for that.
Agency National Security Advisor
I want to
President
see
Trump.
YouTube fall in line now.
Destroyed, but we have been vindicated. And General Flynn said this morning he can feel God's spirit moving, and his gut told him. Trump
Give me salt. Oh man, Sticks. Sticks, yes. Oh God, yes. I'll be watching that. You folks have a great day. Don't let any of this stuff get to you too hard. It's just an election if you lost. Thank God we won.
As you said today, this morning with me,
I still want a confirmation about whether or not what I heard was true about Kamala chugging beer and like screaming and like almost getting physically violent with people. That would be something that I'd like to know if it's actually happening or if that's just like complete and utter nonsense and in the scuttlebutt. But all right, peace and chicken grease. I'm gonna go watch some fun stuff.